Craig here, Caravans by the Campfire. If you want to check out this latest van, this is the Havok. Yeah, fully aluminium, 48 volt. Everything's happening here in this van. So,
yes, you've got another caravan.
the aluminium sensation.
Oh, you're excited.
Yeah, I am. Look. Yeah. Build better RVs. That's what their motto is.
Yes.
So I think there are two types of caravan now. Composite
Yes.
and aluminium.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to find out in this trip, aren't we?
Yep.
So let's go. Let's get down to our favourite spot. This type of view is the campsites you can have down at Greenmans. Yeah, mind you, there's only one of these campsites.
This
there's
is
another
called the
couple
boat
down
ramp
there.
site here.
We've just bought this Harvok Better Build RVs. Right? This is 100% aluminium frame. Right? They call it their Monocoque pit. What is it?
Monocoque.
Monocoque construction.
You said.
Something like that. We'll tell you a bit more about that later. But we've towed it up here. It's gone beautifully, hasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What I've noticed immediately, because it's only 2200 wide, which is like 200 to 300 narrower than most vans, I seem to stay in the lane a lot easier.
Oh, funny.
I don't have to concentrate as much. You know, when you drift a little bit in your own lane, you know, when we've got our own van on, it goes into the other lane. This thing doesn't go anywhere near it. Plus, when you're going on the roundabouts, yeah, and meridian strips and whatnot, you don't have to be anywhere near as careful or swing the van out as far as you would normally. So I think that's a very positive thing.
Okay.
I'm excited about that already. That's
Well, maybe the petrol bowsers will stop jumping out at you now.
Well, the petrol bowsers can jump out at you, can't they? The thing I like about this aluminium, compared to even the composite vans, you can't see, like, there's no rippling anywhere. Yeah, everything is completely sealed. Nothing is bolted on. Yeah, frame-wise. So there's no need for, you know, dust suppression systems and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's going to float in the river.
No, we're not floating.
Might be a good idea. We could have it. Maybe it turns into a boat at the same time. Look at this. This is a bloody glass out, mate, Nelly. I got to say, it's very impressive. Outside of our own van, this just looks like $1 million. And when we tell you later on, we'll go for a tour through it, but when we tell you what's actually in this van and you look at how much they are and the quality of the inclusions, you know, sure, they come in a crate from overseas, but that's just the frame and the chassis, right? Nothing to do with all the quality inclusions, the suspension, the setup. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. When you hear the dollar amounts and what you get, you need to put this on your list to have a look at.
That's better. Yeah, that's excellent. That'll do. Perfect. Yeah, this is the Caravans by the Campfire site here now, aka the Bayview.
Greenmans. If you come to Greenmans, ask for this Caravans by the Campfire site. River, what's it called? Bayview.
Bayview. Here's the view.
Bayview. This is great.
And you get the sun, and you've got power, which you'll see right here. And there's your view.
Okay, this is terrific. I think I'm going to like this van. So let's get set up. You know what I'm really going to like? Push the button, electric awning. First thing, tick. Get the keys. Where are the keys?
I don't know. What have you done with them?
Bit of a problem here. Jockey wheel.
Yeah.
Now, first mod.
Blackjack.
$400 or $500 later. Easy life.
Let's just see how good Craig is on the jockey wheel and see if he can add another one to the graveyard of jockey wheels that he actually already owns.
Come back in a minute. Got to psych myself up.
You psyched yourself up yet?
Yeah. Check this. So I've undone everything. That's good. Look here. See here. Some of the little hooks you get on the chassis rail to hang your chains on. don't fit over this lug typically, so you've got to use the chain. Not that it matters, but I'm just saying. Fits straight away. Everything's undone. Look here, DO35 hitch. Yeah. Push the red button. Push it in. That means it'll come off now. We've got the handbrake on. Come on, baby. I just don't like anything about this.
Is that off? Sounds like it's off. Yeah.
There you go.
God, I don't like hitching when I'm hitching.
It's fully off-road van, so these jockey wheels have got to go super high, so they get super bendy. Then they crash and burn. But this one's good. First time ever used.
Especially when you're doing it, hey?
Good. Okay, that's terrific. Leveling next. Looks pretty level.
No airbags in here, Dory.
Not on this one. That's an upgrade. But it does have Cruise Master suspension, which is $1 million. Let's do the eye test. Might have to do the beer test, I reckon.
Get your bottle of beer out. That's
Get a
usually
beer.
what works.
Just put it here. Get in line with that.
Okay.
Mate. What do you think? You're not even looking.
I am.
Have a look. Can you see?
It looks pretty straight.
Straight that way.
To me.
Told you.
God.
I'm an expert at this. Get the van off. What do you reckon?
God, how many
Beer level.
the tickets are flying off here.
Yep, I've got lots of tickets on me today. Already, and I'm just starting. Wait till later. You could have a cold beer. I'm going to go in there. I bet you there's a cold one.
No, there's no cold beers in there. It's
Yeah,
all...
there would be the tins.
No.
Where are the tins?
Tins aren't in there.
So
Nothing's in there. There's only food in there.
You put food for 2 to 3 days
Yep.
and no beers.
Yeah, that's right.
Well done. So this is the driver's side. As you can see, it's one piece. The entire thing is an aluminium shell, and it's all TIG welded. And when you have a look at those corners here, have a look here. You can see how beautifully that's done. And when you look across the front of the van, along this curve, it's not like there's nothing chunky about it, or it doesn't fit, or doesn't work. What this provides for is there's no seals, there's no silicon up extra things. You know, after 1 year or 2 years, and it starts to move around and whatnot. Nothing like that. All these are Aussie Traveller windows, so they've got brand name and doors here. Look at this hatch. Have a look in here, so you can see all the way through here. There's only a light down the other end, right? So when we get around there, I'll turn that light on, but it does illuminate. But I suggest that probably another light up here would be a good idea, because as you know, in these tunnel boots, they don't all look like this, do they?
Yeah, empty.
Yeah, empty. So they don't look like this. By the time you shove all the stuff in, you'll be looking for a light on this side so you can access whatever you've got here. But these seals, they're all double sealed. Actually, this has got one on the inside, like the car stuff, on your car door. Then it's got a rubber on the outside layer, and it's got a rubber again on the inside layer, and this ridge here goes hard up against that. And as you can see here, it's got a little bit of stuff in here, but nothing's gone in past that. So that's a good thing. Easy to adjust, yeah. When you turn these, you can really feel it suck in there. So that's good. 15 amp power inlet. That's all standard. 2 water fill points, one here and one here. Right. They're 100 litres each. Nice outside light. This light here is orange and white, and you can see it's a double light, so it's very lit up here. So that's another one of my pet hates. If you come out here and you want to check the toilet or do something, or you got to, whatever you got to do, you need a light on, right? Come down here. Same hatches again. This is the Dometic toilet system, so that's a quality one. Works like a champion.
And this one just has a chemical toilet in it. It hasn't got a compost toilet.
Yeah, that's right. Compost toilet is an option. Yeah. Open this. Have a look in here. It's like a secret storage box, but this is the Swift hot water system, right? So again, this van's 100% electric. So everything's electric. And I got to say, when I had a shower today, it was the best shower ever in any caravan, including our own. Leaves it for dead. It was so much like you're in a real shower at home. It's not funny. Check it out. Outside shower, that's pretty standard. So
Well, I can see it's missing one of your favourite things.
So looking at the back, yeah, look, one of my favourite things is not here, and that's a ladder so that you can get on the roof.
And clean
There's
your
1,000
solar
watts
panels.
of solar up there on this roof, mate. I think there's 9 panels or something. So you'd want to be able to get up there and clean them
Somehow.
off,
Yeah, somehow.
rather than wait till you get home every 3 months travelling. Anyway, nice strong bar at the rear. All it's holding at the moment is a wheel. You can have 2 wheels here, or anything that you like, but it seems extremely sturdy. Nice lights, rear vision camera up there. The only thing the back doesn't have, like everywhere else in the van, is a light. So maybe a light on the back might be a good idea. Yeah, this entire back is put in as one of the last components of assembly, because you've got to get all the furniture and stuff in there and all the equipment, right? So they assemble it all, leave the back open, and then this goes in. That's like a serious seal there. Yeah. But anyway, so that's the only one point that you'd probably be just monitoring over time to make sure that that didn't perish and present a little problem with ingress of
And in
stuff.
this
But
particular van,
I
in
don't
this
think so.
layout, this is the ensuite that you're looking at the back. That's what's on the other side of that wall.
Shower over there.
Shower over there.
Toilet here, washing machine here.
Yeah,
Okay, so there's a little bit of plumbing and that going up there.
yeah.
So that's it for the back. This is the passenger side. This is where all the action happens. Now, I want to show you this electric awning. That's my dream awning. Right? And all those people out there that say, oh, what if it breaks down? What if it does this? This particular model, which a lot of the new ones are now, it's got this little handle here, right? You put the handle in,
Yeah.
and you wind it,
Crank handle.
and it just winds straight back up. So, you know, I wouldn't worry about any of that. And it's so easy. Let's just have a little look here. Yeah. So, you don't even have to keep your finger on the button, which a lot of them you do. This is going to wind itself all the way in. Yeah. Now, it's not the fastest thing, but it doesn't have to be fast. Yeah, you can supervise it, or you can adjust your camp chairs, pack 2 of them away while you're waiting. But if you pull up on the side of the road somewhere and just want a quick awning, press the button, stop it anywhere you like. Yeah. See, just stops. So you can have a quick setup, get something out here, off you go. Right, so I'm not going to show you all of it, but just rolls back in there nice and neatly. It's got a bit of Velcro. Yeah. Look at that, locked away. The Velcro on, mate. Away you go. A lot of these electric awnings have got bars and framework that hangs right down. So you're going to just walk in and smash your head on it, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I do
Particularly
that.
me. Oh, maybe you.
I'm actually the one that does it, not you.
So
for
when you
some
get this
reason.
out, and there's one other really good feature. This arm here, come in.
Yeah, I know, I'm just
Right.
watching it.
So it comes out and then it'll drop down a little bit, right? So you can see that? Yeah, it drops down. Now, this arm here, have a look. Right, you tighten it up just to give it some stability. But when you undo this, what it enables you to do is pull down on one end of the awning. Look, you know when it's raining, you want the water to drain off? Yeah, so you just pull down and nip it up again. Look at that. I think that's a great thing, because I've seen a lot of these. You can't do anything at all like this. If it starts to rain or you're getting showers, you know, and you're worried about pooling or whatever, you've got to pull the thing in. Yeah. Now I have to say, you probably need some, what are they? Anti-flap
Anti-flap.
devices, if you're going to keep this up for a long period of time in the weather, because it's a little bit, I won't say flimsy. It's not flimsy, but it's just, well, it's got a fair bit of movement in it. So the wind might, you know, anything more than, I don't know what the wind ratings are.
A breeze.
So I'm not going to say. Anything more than a gentle breeze, you might want to be just making sure you've tied it down properly, and you might want to look into those anti-flap devices. So that's it. That's it for the awning. So turn around. We've got a double step here. Yeah, easy. Slide
Manual
in.
step, not electric.
Sorry?
Manual step.
Yeah, it's a manual step. Now, look, please yourself, you can have an electric one. We've had electric ones on vans before. No real drama, although we got a few connection problems once. Played around, cleaned it out, and it was okay. For the sake of just pulling it in and out, I don't know whether you need an electric one or not. If that was an option to upgrade, I probably wouldn't worry about it. Aussie Traveller door. This door is terrific. Now, I'm not a big fan of turn the knobs either way to lock and do this and get that, but yeah, it's got a latch here, that's fine. This one here, right, so on the inside, it's got that, what do you call it?
Midgie mesh.
No.
Oh, crim safe mesh.
That crim safe mesh. Now, whether it's crim safe or not, I don't know, but it's
that metal mesh.
It's that metal mesh, right?
It's a safety, yeah.
And then on the outside, it's got midgie mesh. So you see a lot of vans now, particularly that, you know, that Dometic door that I like?
Yeah.
That has the crim safe mesh, but not the midgie mesh as well. So they should look into that, I reckon. Yeah. So
Well,
that's easy.
a mod usually.
Nice and sturdy. This is the door that sort of goes into the side of the van. Yeah. So it's not sticking out, it's not a floppy square one. I think it's good. And there's no dust getting in there.
Well, it doesn't have any vents because it's a full gasless van, so they don't have to vent in the door, and that's usually
no
where
vents, mate.
are.
The vans with the vents on the doors, you know, and you've got to go around, put cardboard in and tape everything up. Forget about it. Outside here, look at this handle. Now, I don't know what brand of handle this is, but it's probably one of the strongest I've seen on a van. Yeah. The lights, and I'm always going on about lights on the side of the van. Have a look, there's a double set there and a double set there. We'll show you a couple of photos, see what that looks like. But if you've only got one light and another one down there, typically you don't have enough light in this area. But when we have these on, they go white and they go orange. When we have these on in the night time, you feel completely safe and comfortable about where you're walking. You're not squinting your eyes going, oh, it's a little bit dark, I've got to see a bit better. So that's a good thing. Nice big window here. You can pass things in and out again, that's fine. You've got the marine rated outdoor speakers. They were good. And one thing compared to other vans, last night when we cranked it up a bit, there's no vibration of the walls.
Yeah, there wasn't any actually.
Even with the woofer going, boop, boop, boop.
What's happened before?
There's no real vibration. Well, there's no vibration.
There was zero.
So that's good. And when you feel this, mate, it's like rock solid. And when you have a look here at this frame, see here, there's nothing is stuck on. It's all one piece, everything. And I think, being aluminium, if you had a little dent or gouge, you'd be down the panel beater and they'd fix it like they would a car. So that's something to consider. Yeah. What else have we got? Got the outdoor hatch for the TV. We just got our Starlink in there. Yeah. Nothing flash. Yep. USB.
TV thing there, USB.
Yeah.
Aerial.
PowerPoint. That's all right. And see here.
Oh, what's that?
These are all 100 amp Anderson plugs, right?
Oh, okay.
And that's for a plug-in solar panel for the outside. Yeah.
It probably could do with a little hole to put the Starlink through, but anyway.
Yeah, or just a pass through.
I'll pass whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. You see, I've seen a lot of people now in vans that just drill a hole and put a boat bung in the side, and then they feed their wiring through. Now, if that's your style, go for it. If you want to do the more upmarket one where you screw it in and adjust your cabling, you can do that as well. I'm sure it won't be very long before they're just permanently fitted to all these vans. Yeah. And everything's set up and ready to go. You don't even have to worry about it. But this hatch it's quite handy. Yeah. Out here we've got just the picnic table. This is one of the bolt on the walls, on the outside wall one. Yeah. I would like to see one over here as
another
well,
one
I think.
Right here, yeah.
Like there's enough space here for another one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be handy to have two.
And I think it just would be handy because by the time you get your TV in here and you're doing other stuff and you go, oh shit, I'm over there and I'm doing this, a little bit more room. There's one vent in the van and it's that one there and it's for the extraction unit. Yeah, you can see it up in there, the extraction unit.
Yeah, there it is.
So that's where it vents. Now whether red dirt and whatnot can get back into the van through that, I don't know. Anyway, let's have a little look down here. So again, massive window at the bedroom, in the bedroom area. Got those two lights. This here, whilst it's convenient right now, this Velcro, anyone that's been out touring knows that these Velcro things over time, they're just gonna lose their shit, aren't they? Yep. So you're gonna have to work out, do I put another bit in? Yep. All these are bolted in. These are like tech screwed in. And they've got some silicone there as well, you can see that. So So the silicone there and the tech screw. That's all right. So whether you want to muck around and pull this off and do this or work out some other device, locking device, I don't know. I'm sure you work it out. And again in here, this is the other side of the hatch. So if you have a look, there's a couple of lights. See the light? There's one light, it's an LED one.
Can't quite see
Yeah, I know.
from this angle.
There's an LED light up in there. See up in there? And it's easy because you just reach in here. Yeah, you just come along here and you reach in. Yeah, just put the light on. That lights up. But I think another light down that end would be a good thing. And this switch here is for the front. It's for the front lights, yeah.
This one's right here.
So I think this switch, if it came this way a bit, would be much more convenient. Because you might have this jam packed full of stuff and have to try and reach in there. It's not a big deal, I'm just saying. And again, you can see here where a little bit of water and dirt's got through, but nothing's got past that seal there on the inside. And I guess that's why they've got this seal and this seal here. So again, easy to adjust. I think that's great. I like just reaching in there and pushing the button. That's very easy. Yeah, and you can see it just sucks in. I do like those. They've got a really solid metal frame and door. Look, there's nothing. You know how you go to some doors, and if I did that, I'd put a dent in a lot of other doors. So that's about it for the outside, I think. I'll show you underneath really quickly, but as for the outside, that's pretty much it. What do you reckon about the outside?
Well, I've got a question.
Yeah.
My question is that, like, this is a brand new van, obviously.
Yep.
And there's no barbecue in this van.
Right.
It's fully electric.
Yep.
And I don't seem to see any, like, if you wanted to put a gas barbecue in here,
That's right.
there's no connection to put it in there.
That's right. So there's no gas.
so-
Bring your own gas bottle and your barbecue. Yeah. So if you want one of these future vans that are all electric, you either get yourself an electric barbecue, which a lot of people have got.
Well, Weber do have one. I have seen them.
Now, electric barbecue sort of conflicts with me. Is there smoke? Does it taste like a barbecue? Maybe you can let us know if you've got an electric one down in the comments. I don't know how electric ones go.
Yeah. Well, I can't see that. Like, there's no bayonet. There's no gas bottles. So
But
what are
in
you
this
gonna do?
this panel here up the front, you could easily have a slide out if you wanted to put it in there with your barbecue that you put on that you get out of your toolbox.
Okay. Well,
You
yeah,
know,
sure.
I don't know.
Yep.
Whatever toolbox you might want to be having.
Yep.
Who knows? What else?
Well, that's about
It's
it.
got the wheels, XD wheels. These are off-road rated. This particular van has got a special order all-terrain tyre on it. They normally come with a mud terrain. So I think they're 265, 75, 16s. Yeah, you can see the extra proofing that's on the chassis here. So it's galvanised chassis, and then it's been treated with all this automotive underbody protection. So yeah, give you a quick look underneath. Then we'll go inside. You can tell us about the inside. I know you're loving things on the inside.
Some things not so much.
Some
but-
things. It's good. I think it's pretty good. I got some great things inside. Yeah.
The shower.
Apart from the shower. The shower is just crazy.
It's your favourite piece of equipment.
I haven't seen a shower like that. Let's have a look underneath here. You can see all these John Guest fittings. And every pipe under this van is covered, right? So any rocks and stuff that are going to be bouncing around under here, the finish is just fantastic. It's got the honeycomb flooring, but you can see this automotive treatment. It's got a grey water tank. Couple of water tanks.
Vroom vroom's going.
One here, one behind, and one right down the front there. Don't know whether you can see the front one, but she's right down there. I'll get under the front. It's got this XT Cruise Master suspension. So you can get this upgraded to include the airbag system if you like. That's just a choice of yours. Yeah. You can see again. Have a look at the tidiness of these pipes. Yeah, and where it goes into the floor. Right. You don't see too many vans this nicely appointed underneath. So we'll go down there and have a look from the front. And again, it's a brand new van, isn't it? So, but you have a look up here. Yeah, look at that. So neat and tidy. Yeah.
all the way down here. Yep. Looks pretty good to me. You can even see the holes that aren't used. We've got that protective stuff in them. Yeah. Pretty good, I reckon. We're under the front now. Let's look under here. So again, you got the other 100 or 100 litre water tank. You can see here, look. And it does have an isolation valve actually. Even where there's a massive amount of wiring, it's all super duper loomed up. And underneath here, this is where the batteries are. Yeah, under the van. So, complying with the new rules and regulations. Look at all that space under there. That's a huge amount of space, isn't it? Cool. Like how they've got all these markings here. You can just see the quick glance of an eye whether something's come loose or not. You know, and that's not even a super important part of the van, but you'll see it everywhere. It's got the little white markings, same as on this Cruise Master suspension. Yeah. So you can see if something's moved or it hasn't moved. See that floor here? You do often see this floor also coated with this black stuff. So I don't know why they haven't coated this, but look, it's not going anywhere. Doesn't corrode, doesn't take in any water. It's all super sealed around the chassis. Yeah, the frame for the body. If you have a look at where it's joined here, let's see. Yeah. It's like super duper, mate. Okay, let's go inside.
Yeah.
See what Tracy's doing.
Chucking out your dirt.
Yeah, so we've got one little step here. Up we come.
Yep.
Look at this holder of rubbish. It's not a holder of rubbish. It's a collection of things, isn't it? Important things.
Yeah, it would collect stuff on for sure.
So these come with a bag. There's more in the van as well, aren't they?
So you have 8 pouches here, and there's 2 more above
I'll
here.
tell you what, if you were buying a brand name one of those, that'd be $300, easy.
Well, because it'd be custom.
Yeah. Anyway, there's lots of things there. Because it's a new van, we've just got our keys hanging up there. But let's see, what else? Up here.
Another 2
So
there
another 2 up
you.
there. All right. They're quite good, these things. I've seen the drop pair ones, the trip in a van ones, the caravan RV ones, whatever they're called. These are good. They're the same as all of those, so that's fine. So what's going on in here? Show me.
Nothing.
Show me the kitchen.
This is
What
the
is
kitchen.
this? White? You'd be loving on white.
Yep, my white.
Yeah.
Black handles. It actually has these, so it doesn't have the under
Right.
handles, but...
Now, if you're a real fan of the under door latching,
Which I am.
they can do that
That's
for
just
you.
got food in it, as you can
We've
see.
used one cupboard here, I think.
That's it. Yeah, one a bit.
Yeah. Close that down. Anyway, tell us about the kitchen. What's in here?
Well, we have 6 drawers.
Yep.
These ones are wider and deeper. This
Yeah.
one we are using. That's all
That's
I've got
all right.
in there.
6 drawers. They're all standard, soft close.
Soft
righto.
close.
Yep.
This one here. This is just, I've just put one of the
Okay,
food bags in there.
So there's all those drawers. What's right down the bottom
The
there?
bottom is 2 cupboards. On
So
either
they're
side.
above the wheel arch.
Wheel arch.
So you can put a few things in
two
there.
there.
They're not very deep because the wheel arch is there, right?
Yeah.
But that's
So you
fine.
could cans, or you could put those like
Okay.
10
And
packs
they all
of cans
have
in there.
Piano hinges all the
Yep.
way along. I noticed that
didn't
in
put
all
that
the
one
cupboards, even up the top.
I didn't put that all the way down.
Yeah. Just wake them back up, mate. Show us up here again. Open this next one with the radio in it.
So this has a Fusion radio.
Yeah. So when you look in here, yeah, all of these are cut out in between every cupboard, right? They've all got piano hinges. Again, you can see how neat and tidy all this wiring is. This has got a box here because it holds the range hood.
That's
But
the range hood, yeah.
I think in the attempt to lighten these vans, yeah.
They've cut them
Plus
out.
it improves the circulation, I guess, and it stops all the build-up of heat and whatnot.
Yeah. We have a double induction cooktop.
This is the Roban one.
Yep. Don't know much about the brand.
Seems
I
to work
don't
though,
know.
we've used it.
We have used
It
it.
does have a pulsing thing about it.
Yeah, it pulses.
Which I don't know
it
whether
gets
that's
to
normal.
temperature and then slows down. So whether it's, I don't know. But
Might be to do with efficient use of electricity.
I know not much about these because not many of the vans have had them in them. So
Yeah. What else we got? Sink?
we have a sink, which is like a titanium colour. It's not
Titanium colour.
black. It's not chrome. It's titanium. It's got black tapware.
So these coloured ones over time, yeah, look, this looks great.
What's good at here?
It's likely to get scratches and everything, but
it's got this though.
yep.
You know, it's got stuff in it, but I like these.
You don't want to let anything go down into the grey water.
Easy
tank
to
in
get
these
out,
caravans.
not so easy to clean. I do know that, but these are I do like those.
Yeah.
Has it sitting there?
Plug.
You have a
Flick mixer tap.
hot,
Yeah.
cold.
Good.
The other thing I
window.
do notice with this is its proximity to the blind, just like in the Zone. Same thing, water splashes back, so it's going to splash along there.
So
and
has this
up
got
onto
a?
the screen.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it does. So you can take this off, and in another episode, you just go to Bunnings and you buy one down here that aims and points and
So you can point
has
it
two
away.
or three settings, so it can be flat out or just air rated. That's what I'd be putting on there.
Yeah, so it's the same thing because you're trying to wash stuff out and you put it up. Obviously, it's not in the sink, so you might be rinsing something here. So it flicks water
Yeah.
around, and it happens all the time.
Okay.
There's just got this drying bay here.
What's under there? Show me under there.
Two big cupboards, both open this way.
They're big.
That's got, like, I suppose,
And
the
again,
piping in it.
all the
and
John Guest pipe work.
the rest
Everything's
of the
neat
wheel
and
arch.
tidy. The rest of the wheel arch, but you can see where it goes down through the floor there. It's like,
And that's covered.
Nothing's
Yeah, last
coming
night
up
we were
through there.
looking at that. Hang on. Is that on the same
Hinges.
as it was on the other side? It's hard. Do you feel in there? That's covered in felt.
what's that?
The wheel
Oh,
arch.
yeah. I don't know what that's about. What's that?
It's like a velour felt. I don't know
Oh,
if
it
it's
is.
felt. It's a velour or something.
It is like a velour type of covering.
Yeah.
I guess that stops, I don't know what that stops, things scratching and banging. Certainly reduce
Yeah.
the noise if you had things in there banging around, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's the same.
It's the same. This is pretty big, this one.
That's a big space, isn't
So
it?
you could definitely, I think you get a Thermomix in there. I think you definitely get a bigger
Yeah.
coffee machine in there.
Cool.
And then you've got 4 here and 4 on the other side.
4 here, 4 over there. So
Same
there's
thing.
plenty
Same.
of storage room, really.
Yeah.
And this is well,
It's a couple's van.
I don't know, it is a couple's van. But
This is a club lounge, they call it.
yeah, so that table goes down,
Yep.
and it's got another
Insert.
cushion.
Yeah.
So if you had a kid or another small adult staying with you, that'd be another bed, wouldn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Looks quite good. I don't mind this size table. Right, it just moves forward, over here, over there. One thing you notice about this van, hold on. One thing you notice is this van is 2.2 metres wide, right? Now, a lot of vans are bigger than that, wider than that. They're
Yeah.
2.3 to 2.5.
Yep.
Some are even wider again. I think there's a limit on your width on the road. But
Yeah.
so what that means is that some of this area here may well feel a little bit close.
Yeah.
But the upside is that when you're going off-road and you've got a narrower van, you're not going to get as many pinstripes and that kind of thing, is it?
Well, it's going to sit behind the car too, so aerodynamics.
And how much room do you
everything
really
would be
need there?
better.
I don't know. But this is adequate. I don't feel like we're squashed in anywhere. But we're not walking side by side past each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fairly decent.
Well, this is a telescopic leg, but it's not the normal one,
No,
so it doesn't have the
it does push down. But
doesn't have the push button.
we've got these two, these footrests. They click in, and unlike some others, they've just got a little button under here, right, each side. And they go down. Some of those other ones, you've got to get under there and you feel like your fingers are going to get jammed. Got some power points and USB ports down under there. They're always inconvenient for me, but they're in every van like that.
The locking mechanism is underneath this table,
Yeah.
which is unusual. That's different.
So once you put it into
Where
place,
my fingers are, you just lock
you,
it up.
you push the other one and it locks into place
Now it's
firmly.
locked.
And I think that might be to do with it being a bed. Right?
Well,
Because you wouldn't want to put it down and then it
not
move
locked
out
now.
and slide around, you know. Anyway, tell us about the bed area. Can we look under the bed first?
Okay.
Because that's where the power station is, isn't it? Right, we've removed all the bed coverings.
Yep.
Just want to show you a few things. So this mattress, still got its plastic on, right?
Yep.
So I don't know how it actually is, because that plastic would have been a bit restrictive in terms of its, you know,
Pliability.
how pliable it was sleeping on it.
Spongy.
But it was all right, and we always have a mattress topper. But this is an inner sprung mattress. Yep. what is it there? Classic mattress it's called. So if you want something better, get your own mattress.
Well, you get one with a mattress topper, or
Not there's anything wrong with this.
your own mattress topper. Get
It's
a
got a
basic
nice
one
soft top.
and get your own mattress topper. It depends on how much money you want to spend.
Yeah. We just have a mattress topper which is about 3 inches thick, I reckon. It's beautiful. Goes on any bed. Put your sheets on, bedclothes. Everything's fine. Now, lift this up. This is the extra seat, so you can put here in this club loungy area. But when you have a look under here, this system, right, this 48 volt system, so the big grey unit there is basically doing everything, right? So it's the inverter, it's the solar regulator, it determines what power goes where and when, yep. And then over there, you've got a DC to DC charger, right? Now, I think this 48 volt system, what happens in effect, right, really quick summary, is that its ability to use the power from the battery to convert it into amps is 3 or 4 times more efficient than a 12 volt system. So that's why under here it's a 10 kilowatt system, which is about 200 amp hours. Yeah. So what that really means is that when you're running things and you think, oh dear, if I turn that on, I'm going to suck 12 amp hours out while I'm using it. What happens here is it only seems to suck 4 out. So what that means is that the 200 amp hour battery is really performing as though you had 600 amp hours, I reckon. Or maybe even more. That's what seems to happen. When we've been using it, and we've had everything on, right? Aircon, Starlink, you name it, off-grid. And after one whole day of that, we even had the aircon on for a couple of hours.
Yeah, we did.
Induction cooking, everything you can imagine. We were down to like 80%, which is just crazy. If we had done that in our van, which has got 400 amp hours, it's a 12 volt system, you know, you'd be down under 50%, which is just crazy. So I think very efficient. So don't get caught up in how many amp hours the battery is, because its ability to efficiently use that power is crazy. There is a big isolator switch here. Yep. So that just shuts the whole van off. Now, when you look at this van, and these vans are a bit narrower, so the cupboard space on the side, yeah, a little bit narrower. The ones above the bulkhead, because of its aerodynamic design, they're not quite as deep as what you may find. I've worked out all this electrical power now. It's all a beauty. All I can say is this 48 volt system, it seems so efficient, it's ridiculous. Anything you've got 240 volt that you can run in your van, you should plug it into the power points and use the inverter, because, and that sounds illogical to a lot of people that have a 12 volt system, but just the efficient rate that it delivers the power to the piece of equipment, what it needs to draw and suck from the battery, just seems to be a quarter of what you'd normally expect. So that's got to be a good idea. I don't know why all fans aren't looking at 48 volt. Kimberley campers we saw at the show recently, they'd moved to a 48 volt system.
They moved over. This is
a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
so
2 years ago.
I think it's a little bit like composite vans, or these fully aluminium monocoque things. It's definitely the future, so we'll see how quickly. I think the future of 48 volts is similar to when lithium batteries first come out. People thought, oh wow. And given you need less batteries, it's just exciting, right?
You need a lot of solar. Like there's how many solar panels are on the roof?
Well, there's 1,000 watts of solar, right?
10?
So, and that's a lot. And when you think of the solar, these 48 volt units need a certain voltage. So these solar panels are probably wired in series so they can get enough volts. When it's a cloudy day, you mightn't be getting the watts, but you're getting the volts. Now that sounds strange, but there's a number of tests online that show that cloudy days, you've got 1,000 watts of solar up there, it's still cranking out 170 volts.
Yeah.
And it starts charging.
Yeah.
So the sun, not so important. Interesting times, this 48 volt world.
Well.
Okay, that's enough of that. Righto.
This is our first.
Let's just carry on. But
what's this box?
Feels good to me. Oh yeah. If something catches on fire here, unfortunately, what this does, it senses that. It's like a fire detection unit. So it just explodes a powder, which puts the fire out instantly. We can put it down now. It's a queen size bed. Yeah. So if you're longer and taller, you might have to have a chat to them about what other bed frame options you have, because there's room here. Yeah, there's a good 400 mil there that you could pull that bed out if you were extra tall, and you could have one of those bolster beds in it. Now, my point about it being 200, 300 mil is narrower than other vans is that these cupboards here, just have a look at my cupboard. There's a couple of things happening here, right? There's a hole there, so you can charge things in the night with the power points and the USB ports and everything. I've just got one bag there. This is set up to hang stuff.
Yeah.
So you need to have a chat to them, and I've had a chat, and they're happy to have a look at putting the shelves in there. Of course, you'd need them, and that's not very wide.
And these, I think, could be. I think they could be deeper, and they could be.
They could be lower, higher.
No, they
A little bit more volume in them.
Yeah.
However, I got to say, when I get out of bed, I'm not worried about hitting my head on that whatsoever. Whereas in our van, I get up and I've got to duck my head a little bit because it's going to crash onto those big overhead cupboards.
Well, good.
We've got some lights there. They have a blue light on them and a white light.
Oh, God.
Switch over there. So that's like a night light.
And they've got warm lights.
It's quite a soft light as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's a warm light rather than a harsh white light.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite nice.
Yeah. So having USB points somewhere really.
Yeah, they're up in the air.
Where you can use them without long cables. Like if they were down there, but nearly all vans are the same. They've just got, and I know for a fact that Havok are, see these are normal USB ports, right? Okay, I know that they're adding in here the USB-C ones.
Yeah.
Which will be a good thing, because lots of equipment nowadays is like that.
But you need something, like sometimes you don't have long enough cables, so you need to be able, when you're charging like Apple Watches, they need you need to be able to put them down. They can't hang in the air. There is some little hacks I have seen. Maybe I'll have to investigate a bit more hacks.
I've seen people too that put a little shelf under there.
Yeah.
Now I know that sounds maybe a little bit,
put it up here.
A little bit old-fashioned. They just have a little corner shelf there, or something along here, or something up here where they can sit things on and then charge.
I think one of the vans we had that, didn't it? Someone put it in. I can't remember which one now.
It was probably the Jayco Silverline, if you're looking for quality.
No, for
anyway,
Silverline, but
all the standard stuff: smoke alarm, air conditioner, TV mount.
Now this van doesn't come with a TV. You said?
No, that's right. I think you get to choose your own TV.
Yeah.
Go and buy your own one, because I got real problems with TVs. We've finally found the right one for us.
Well, we think. What else we got inside?
Is that about it? There's a little bit of storage under here, isn't there?
There's storage under here, all of here, which is very similar to what's up there.
Let's get these pillows out. Now, one thing I did notice, when you get a van, doesn't matter what van it is, usually these pillows are velcroed on, right? So this has got the sticky part where it goes on the wall. I would strongly recommend to anyone that you do not velcro them on the van. There is no need to do that at any time. Just makes everything harder to pull off, harder to clean.
There you go.
Now when you see under here, right, all of these covers, they just come off, don't they? Pull that one out. Okay. See, again, that's got holes in it, ventilation and less weight. So you have a look in here. This Seaflow pump is crazy. It's got a filter as well. There's also another filter outside where you fill up. Now these are just little filters, but they are filters. But again, all that wiring, super neat and tidy. Someone's gone to some decent effort there. But I tell you what, this pump, what's it say? Open flow, 11.3 litres per minute, 3 gallons per minute. This is cranking. This pump, fantastic. Yeah?
Okay.
That's my rating.
Well, I don't know if it's the pump or
fantastic.
whether it's the shower thing, but you'll see soon.
I don't know. That pump is great. See how easy these cushions and pillows come off? If you've got them velcroed on the wall, problem. Now again, nothing in here, so this is an extra storage area, isn't it? That's the input pipe and the breather for the water tank. Yeah, the front water tank. And then I've just got this other area here. Oh.
You can put that back together.
Yeah. Right, this is that velvety felt stuff you were talking about.
Yeah.
It is so smooth, and I think that must be a sound deadening thing. Why you want sound deadening while you're inside parked up, I don't know. All I can say is that it is a cover, and if you put things in there, they're not sliding and banging around. Yeah. Plus it would preserve some of that metal and some of the stuff that you do put in there. What we can see here, which is the only spot in the van, see this hole out here? Right. That's the insulation that's inside it there. And it's quite thick all the way out to the van. Righto. So that sidewall is like that thick. It's like, that's out to the metal part. Yeah. That'd be 3 centimetres, I reckon. Don't quote me on that, but it's got the super duper foamy insulation in there. And I have to say overall, yeah, when we come in last night, it was only 8 or 9 outside.
Yeah.
But it was warmer in here.
That's right.
And it was like 6 degrees when we woke up this morning. So you do feel like it's not a cold box.
No.
You know, you don't wake up at 4 a.m. going, oh, shivers, it's freezing.
No.
Touch the wall, it's freezing. There was none of that happening. External lights. Beep. Don't need those. Annex lights. Ceiling lights. Well. Light me up. Something I notice in here. This lighting, it's not LED. Oh, you know, like in our van, LED, and a couple of LED lights just stopped working for no apparent reason. Yeah, well, these ones here, just change them out, mate. I think that's a good thing. Anyway, we've got a few goodies in here, don't we? A K-Mac microwave.
Yep.
That's good. No bowl. Beautiful.
No plate.
That works well. What's up here?
Big, long drawer. Mate, things are going to get up there. You might never see again.
That'd be half a metre, I reckon.
Yeah, that would be
easy. And then you got a Dometic fridge. You love these.
Dometic. Fridge and freezer. That's the size of it.
Freezer's good. Fridge is good.
It's working really well. It's brand new, so I would expect it to work really well. Yeah. It is working well, though.
Easy to control. We've only got it set on like 2.
Yeah.
2
it
out of 5.
might be a little bit small if you wanted to go off grid for a long time, like storing a lot of food in here, but like that freezer space to me is a little small, on the small side.
There's
but
2 people, mate.
Me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay.
I'm allowed my opinion.
Yeah, you can have your opinion. Fine.
Yeah, it's going to.
And what's going on in here before you go in there? This is the bathroom.
This is the ensuite.
It is. Now, I like this ensuite because what do you see? What don't you see?
You don't see the washing machine on the wall.
Right. Those washing machines on the wall in a small ensuite, I find I struggle to get on the toilet seat, mate. You got no room to put your elbows out if you're drying yourself. But up here, look up here. This is a massive area, and there's a light directly above that mirror too, isn't there?
Yes, there's 2 lights. There's one there and there's one above the sink as well. So there's
show us under there what's under that sink.
Well, what we have here first, this is the washing machine.
Yeah.
So it's an upright washing machine.
So that's a top loader one.
Yep.
Right.
So these cupboards don't open, but if you have to, they will. So up here, 2 overhead cupboards, which we just got rubbish in at the moment.
Righto. Yeah.
About the same size as the ones above the bed.
There's another cupboard behind you there. Over there.
There's one here. That's another slimline cupboard.
What's that?
That's just got towels in it, which is probably
and that goes all the way back to the back of the van.
Yeah, that goes back. It's probably half a metre.
Okay, good.
We've got
toilet roll holder. See that switch there?
Yes.
Right. Once you own a van, you'll know what that switch does. But when you don't own it, you know that you need to investigate a lot before you can get the hot water running.
That's the hot water system.
That's the switch to turn it on. Dometic toilet?
Yeah, chemical toilet.
They're all great.
And that's fine.
You can have a compost one.
Yeah, you can, and the toilet roll holder is there. And when you look at it, that's where it should go until you use the toilet, and then you realise it's in the wrong spot.
So where should it go?
I don't know where else. It could go over here.
I'll show you. What's over here? Look, on this wall.
There's a small towel rail here, and then it's got 2 pegs, right?
Yeah.
But it could.
So that's already installed, isn't it? That's quite a good thing. Maybe it could go down there where you sit.
Maybe over here or maybe up here, but it's just a little inconvenient where it is. But anyway.
Let me show you this door as well. Look at this door. Now, this door, hold on, go back. It takes up only this amount of space. Look at that. That's nothing. 10, 12 centimetres.
And
it's got a magnetic strip on the end. So you slide it over and it just locks, just like that. Yeah. Now, this stuff here is very lightweight, so I wouldn't want to fall on that, and I don't know how that's going to go over time, but one thing I do know is it's a massive saver of space. And
it's probably saving a lot of weight too, because those doors are pretty heavy, and it doesn't have to be latched, so it's one less thing you have to do before you leave.
So it's got a pretty much normal vent here, but it's got switches on it.
So
you
in
can
and
turn
out.
the switch. Like it feels like the real deal, mate. Suck the air out, suck it in.
And it goes the other way.
This one here doesn't have a light on it.
No light on it.
But the other one in here, have a look in here. You can see this shower door, right? It's frosty. Lots of people like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is your favourite thing.
It is. I like it.
Can you see if you can read?
It's got a push button thing down there on your, so you can push that down. If you had a little kid or something, you can fill that up with water. Yeah.
It's got black pack stuff.
The head of the tap here. I don't know what brand or model this
You want me
is.
to get in and see if I can see? No, oh, no. No brand there.
What's that? We'll have a look in the manual. But anyway, if you know what this is,
you'd
all
think
I'm
the
saying is
companies
this
would have their name
shower
on
is
it.
amazing.
I'll get out.
And that pump is just cranking it.
So that's one
Anyway,
thing. Hang on, let's
turn
see.
it off.
That's the other
Yeah,
one.
yeah. That's all good. Yeah, another one.
And then you got your stop button.
Yep, good. Turn it off. That is terrific. Okay. So we've had a look at this Harvok now.
Yes.
Yep. What do you think about it? What's your top 3 things? Top 3 things you like.
The shower.
The shower is crazy.
I need to know the brand of that shower head.
I have never seen. We will be finding out that brand, and I'll adjust the comments to this video once I know. Because if you can get your hands on one of these, now
very good.
I don't even know. Maybe it's the pump, maybe it's the system, maybe it's the product.
No, I think it's the shower head.
Mate.
I think it's the shower head,
crazy.
but anyway.
And the hot water is hot, which is great. Now, yep, that's one thing.
Oh, I was going to say the hot water system was next.
Hot water system, fantastic. It's a Swift,
Yep.
of all things. Swift does the job perfectly. Electric.
And the pump's not noisy as a result. The pump is quite quiet.
Now, I had a shower about, I don't know, normal type shower, and then 10 minutes later you had a shower.
Yeah.
And you didn't run out of any hot water.
No, I didn't wash my hair, but that's okay. I might do that tomorrow and see how long
But
it
it
lasts.
seemed fine.
Just so I can see.
Okay, what else? That's 2 things.
I like the club lounge.
Yeah, it's very interesting, this club lounge in the middle. And I guess it's not a big proper club lounge, but it's a horseshoe lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah. With,
I know it's not overly practical for moving around the bed, particularly on the
smaller
driver's side,
table, but
anyway,
it was the ant's pants.
I do like it.
So they're three good things you like.
Yep.
My turn.
Yeah, what's yours?
Here's the 3 things I like the most. When you have a look under this van and its construction, it seems to be bulletproof. And all the wiring, whether it's electrical or plumbing, everything is super neat and tidy, finished with quality components. So that says to me that this van is more likely than not to go the distance. And this monocoque construction, whilst the floor is not included in that monocoque, it's got the honeycomb plastic fantastic floor, and everything just sits on there, and it's, mate, it looks fantastic. And the detail, where they've done all the TIG welding and the sanding, you cannot tell, and there's nothing bodgy about it. So despite the fact that the cockpit of it, so to speak,
Yeah.
and the internals are made and produced overseas, all of the other quality products that are in it, most of them are made in China anyway.
Yes.
And they're shipped over to the factory, and the windows are put in, and the fridge is put in, and et cetera, et cetera. And they get out here and they do the final stuff, like the Cruise Master suspension and whatever other trinkets you've ordered for your van. You know, the DO35 hitch, all that kind of stuff. Fantastic. So I think that's one big thing for me. The second thing, shower. I do love the shower. You love the shower. Right?
I do like the shower.
That's fantastic. And probably the third thing is affordability of this van with its 48 volt system. Now it's 10 kilowatts, so that means it's roughly got about 200 amp hours. But when you think, 200 amp hours of lithium, that's not much. What you need to understand is the efficiency of the 48 volt system. Yeah, and how quickly it'll recharge. There's 1,000 watts of solar, or 960 or 80 watts of solar, and that's just cranking all the time. We've been off-grid, just say today, right? We run the air conditioner test, that was on for a couple of hours. When you got 40, I think it's 54, 56 volts coming out of your system, that's like full charge. And it got down like to 54 after 2 hours, which is not very much. 48 is like empty. But a little bit of difference there in getting used to it, but the power supply is much more efficient. And yes, it does get converted down to 12 volt for certain items, but just the way it comes in, charges the batteries, disperses at a higher voltage, and really runs that equipment efficiently. Yeah, you don't need those big fat thick cables everywhere. So I think that's probably it. Is that 3 things?
Yeah, I think that's your 3 things.
Righto. So I think importantly, if you like what you've seen today, we're going to continue to review vans. Just please like and subscribe. That's a big help. Make sure you do comment. Any comments are more than welcome. Yeah.
Oh, Craig loves the comments.
I love comments. I sit there trying to reply. I usually can reply to everyone, but if I don't reply immediately, I'll get around to it. Jump on the website, have a look at this van, right? I think it's worth a look. If you're after any van, there are 4 models. There's a single axle, there's dual axle, there's a semi-off-road coming. This is like 100% aluminium. They used to be steel, yeah? So way lighter now. You've got a payload of 500 or 600 kilos. That may not be a lot, but it does compare favourably with a lot of other vans. So jump in, have a look, get out to their factory. I'd certainly be thinking about if I'm spending, you know, anywhere from $70,000 to $100,000, I would be looking at this range of vans. Because I know this van here, with all the inclusions in a brand name van, would be $150,000, $160,000. That's just a ridiculous amount of money. So if you want something that really is an off-road van with all those features, you've got to get used to this 100% electric thing. I know you were mentioning before, you know, maybe a negative, where's the barbecue go? Why doesn't it have a toolbox? These are things that you can choose and put in. I'd certainly be putting in a diesel heater.
Yes.
Because you don't know, you can't run the air conditioning all night. But when it's not running all the time, you've got to remember that. When it gets to the temperature, very well insulated van, when it gets to the temperature, it might sit there for an hour and then it just kicks on again for 5 minutes. So you might think, oh, I'm running the air conditioner for 4 or 6 hours, and you're not really, you're only running it for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a small space, so it does heat up and cool down pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was, there's those things. You can choose your own toolbox, as you said, but I think that's something that you do need. You're not going to fit everything in that tunnel boot that you need to take and carry.
No, for sure.
So you do need a toolbox. And most people equate off-roading and off-grid work and travel with a barbecue. So
Maybe
I don't know how
barbecue.
that's going to work, so you have to work that out. I certainly know that a Weber's not going to fit in that tunnel boot. A Ziggy thing might, with the lid underneath.
Never know.
The electric ones might, but you just don't have to work that out for yourself and what works for you, how you're going to travel and how you want to live.
Just out of interest, when that air conditioner was running, it was pulling 12 amps, right? And it was on 12 amps, so to pull that for 5 minutes, then shut down. It'd be off for 15 minutes, come on again. So, yeah, when you do all those numbers, you get a lot more use out of it than you think you might. What about inside? So inside, I think, is fine. A couple of questionable things. This van is a little narrower, so 2.2 metres wide, which means inside, around that bed area, a little bit narrower.
It's a lot narrower than I
With the little
anticipated.
cupboards either side of the bed, they're a little bit narrower, so you're going to have to work out whether you want shelves in there or whether you want hanging room, where you're going to put your gear. Limited space under the bed because of the electrical system.
The electrical system's there.
But there is space if you were to manage it efficiently. Well, they're quite flexible too when you go out there and negotiate what type of van you might want. You know, how many cabinets you have, what colour scheme. There's a whole range of different things you can choose.
Colour scheme in this van suits me quite fine. It's all white. So
Well, anything white you'd be liking.
I like
Wouldn't you?
white.
They'll change the handles.
Yeah. Under cabinet latches, I'd like to get the latches off. So
That's just you.
That's just me.
So these are little
that's
personal
just my
things.
like.
But I can say, look, the van is impressive. That's all I have to say. It's impressive. If I had this van tomorrow and I couldn't have any other van, I'd be happy. I would choose this over like...
Oh, it's Jayco Silverline.
Oh, I don't know about the Jayco Silverline. If this had a slide out,
Commit.
that's my favourite van.
Oh God.
The new one, without the wood grain, of course.
Yes.
I just like that van. But this van here, I'd certainly choose it. Why? If you could get this for $100,000 or less, 90, 95, depending on what model you pick, how much power you're going to have. If you could get it for that, why would you be spending 120 or 30 on something that looks just like a normal caravan that's going to have all the normal problems with it in 4 or 5 years' time?
Yep.
Needs silicon up every time. You've got to check this, check that. Dust and dirt coming in. That's enough. Yeah. Why would you be doing that?
No.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Would be trying to avoid the dust like the plague, and water.
Electric awning. But look, you've watched the video, right? So anyway, that's about it. So let's wrap it up there.
Yep.
If you're interested in this, jump down below. You'll see a link and whatnot. You can go there. In the meantime, we will see you again soon.